Hello folks, welcome to my YouTube channel, Programming for Programmers. Today's topic is data types in Python. Okay, so let's get started. Python has six type of data types. Those are numbers, numbers, six type of data types available in Python. Okay, so let's say what is number. Number could be anything. For example, one. It's a number. So in Python, there are three types of number: integer, float, or complex type. So under the numbers, we have three types again: integer, float, and complex. Right. So example of integer is 100, 50, 10. So these are the integers, right? And floats are like 10.5, 100.5. These are float. And complex are like it is basically 1 plus 2j. So this is the complex number. So this is basically used in complex calculation like rocket science, medical science, and all those complex calculation. For our purpose, basically we use integer and float. Okay. So in Python, integer has no limit. Okay. It is basically in other language like Java or C, there will be a limit for integer, range of the integer. But in Python, there is no range. Okay, and it is just basically dependent on your computer memory, right? So let's see how the example, right? So for example, I have I is equal to this. So it could be anything. So there is no range. Yeah, here. See, this big number is also available in Python, right? So there is no range, there is no limit of the integer in Python. Similarly, for float, after the decimal point, only allowed is 15 character after a decimal point. So 10 point. So after decimal point, only 15 will be allowed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only 15 it will Python takes. Other than that, it will ignore. So here it's long range after the decimal point, but Python has ignored it and considered only 50. That is more than enough for any kind of calculation in the world. So that's why Python considers only 15 character after the decimal point. So that's about the float in Python. Similarly, there is something called complex under the number, right? The example is 1 plus 2y. So this we will ignore because we will basically never use this kind of data types in Python, because this is very complex calculation in some medical research or in rocket science research or something like that. But in practically in our case, we will never use this. So that's why I'm ignoring this. Second data type is string. So let's see what is string. Basically anything in Python which is inside the double quote or inside the single quote. So Python supports both double quotes and single quotes. So if anything is defined under the double quotes or single quote, will be considered as string, right? So for example, India is a string, right? Similarly, I love my country. 1, 2, 3. So all this is a string. Even in double quotes or single quotes, even 10 is a string. So without the double quotes quotes or single quotes, it will be integer, but with inside the double quote or single quote will be considered as string. This is also a string, right? So let's say in the Python interpreter, for example, let's say I have a variable called s, right? S is equal to India, right? If I type is equal to the type of s, the output is class string. So it's a string. If I have s1 equals to 10, check the type of s1. It's a string, right? If I say s2 equals to just 10, and if I get the type of s2, it should be integer because it's not inside any single quote or double quote, so it will be integer. Output is integer, right? So I hope this is clear. The string, or we can take another example. S3 is equal to in single quote 1.2, right? So this should be again integer. String. Yeah, because it's inside the single quote. So Python supports both single quote and double quote. But I would suggest to use either of one. In let's say you are writing a program, so if you are using single quote, you should use single quote in entire your program. But when you are using double quotes, you should use double quotes in the complete program. This would avoid the confusion for other programmers, right? So because your programs will be shared across the many developers in the industry, right? And also let's take another example. Let's say s4 is equal to 1.2. So what would be the type of this? It should be flow, because it is there is no double quote or single quote. So if we check type of s4, it is a flow. Yeah. Let's talk about another data type. So next data type is tuple. So let's see what is tuple. So in the previous example, numbers and string, we were storing only one single data, right? Here, let's say here, let's see, s4 is equal to 1.2. So it is one single data. S3 is equal to in quotes 1.2. This is also single data. This is S2 is equal to 10. This is also single data. Similarly here, I is equal to 9999999, but this is a single data, right? In a situation where we want to have multiple data, right? For example, roll number of multiple student, right? ID of multiple people, okay? Things like that. In that case, we can use something called, basically we can use tuple, list, dictionary or set. So we'll go one by one. We'll see what is the tuple, what is list, and dictionary and set. So when you create tuple, this is how you define tuple. So it should start with uh, open bracket and close bracket. Inside that, you can have your element. For example, 10, comma, 20, comma, 30, comma, India, comma, 10.5. So tuple can store heterogeneous data. When I say heterogeneous data means it could be integer, it could be string, it could be float, in anything is possible, right? So this is how you define the tuple, and this is how you store the data. So you store comma separated value inside tuple. So let's see in the interpreter. Let's create one tuple. T is equal to, I am giving a variable name T. You can give any variable name. It is just to interpret that T means tuple, but it could be anything. Variable name could be anything. So let's create one tuple. 10, 20, India, 100.5 again, Bangalore, Mumbai, anything. So this is tuple is created. Let's say you want to see the type of tuple. Type T, class tuple. So it is a tuple, class tuple, right? Similarly, we can say print T. So it will print the tuple. Okay. And so this is how. So in the previous class I told, right, we can use either print command or just T, because it's a Python interpreter, so it understands that you are trying to print it. So just type T and hit enter, so you will get this one. So we will understand all about the tuple in next class when we start tuple. So we'll go one by one in all the data types, and we'll deep dive in the that particular data type. For today, it is just basic of all the data types, right? So list next data type is list. So let's see what is list. Basically, list is also similar to tuple, but the way you create is different. So here in the list, we use square open bracket and close uh, square bracket. So here also we can say 10, 30, 500, India, Mumbai, Bangalore, etc. Right? So this is how we create the tuple. So we'll see what is the difference between tuple and list in the next class. For now, this is how we create a list. So let's create a list in the interpreter. So L is equal to open square bracket and close square bracket 10, India, 100, Bangalore, etc. Right? So here print L, it will print the list, or just type L, it will print the list. Check the type, it's a class list. So this is how we create a list. Let's create a list of just one element. So if we want to create a list of just one element, we can create like this. So you can check the type of L. This is a list, right? If I don't want to keep a no basically data in the list, empty list, let's say we want to create. So L is equal to just open square bracket and close square bracket. So check the type of L. Yeah. So this is also list. So this is how we create empty list with one element list, and with n number of elements we can create a list. Let's see if we want to create tuple with one element. So how do we create? So if we create tuple of one element, for example this, right? So this will not be a tuple. Just set the type. We will get in it, right? The type of T1 is an integer. It's an integer, right? Because there is a different way to create the tuple with one element. We want to create tuple just with one element. We can type open bracket, type the element and the comma. That's it. And close the bracket and click enter. Now check the type of T2. Now it's a tuple. So the the catch here is, if we want to create tuple with a single element, In that case, we need to type the element and the comma. Then Python will understand that it's a tuple, right? So this is how we create a tuple, right? So next, let's move to next data type, which is dictionary. So how do we create dictionary? So again, as I told, we will discuss the properties and detail about the tuple, list, string, and numbers in the next class. Similarly, we will learn dictionary in the next class. For now, we are just learning how to create dictionary, what is dictionary, and so on and so forth, right? So, so dictionary is a data type, right, where we store key and value pair, right? So to create a dictionary, we open the curly bracket and close the curly bracket, and we put a key, right? Key could be, for example, name. It's a key. And what is the value? Yeah, we can type Sanjay, my name, right? Oops. Yeah. Age, any age, right? Age is an integer, so 22. So this this complete is an element, right? This complete is an element, and one element has two parts, right? One first part is key, and then colon, and then value, right? Again, key and colon and value. Similarly, third element will try address. Address is a key, colon, Bangalore. Similarly, fourth element, gender, colon, male, right? So this is how number, colon, number, some number, right? So this is how we create dictionary in Python. So the thing to remember here is this is always use and value in pair separated by colon, right? So this is the point to remember for dictionary, right? So let's create dictionary in Python. So one variable D, right? Any variable name we can take, and open a curly bracket and close curly bracket, and inside this we can write our element name, programming for programmers, right? Age 20, gender female, anything which whatever you want, right? So this is how you create a dictionary. So dictionary is created as soon as you hit the enter, dictionary will be created inside the computer memory, and we can check the type of dictionary, type of D. Output would be class dict means dictionary. If you want to print the dictionary, print D. Here we have our dictionary created. Similarly, either we can also just type D and hit enter. Dictionary is created, right? So this is how we create dictionary. We learn uh, about the dictionary in deep, what is the property, how to loop, and everything in the details in the next coming classes, right? Let's see the next data type. Next data type is set. So set is basically a data type. Uh, so this is how you create set. Uh, Open curly bracket, close curly bracket, and type element. right? So this is how we create the set. So let's take another variable as a is equal to open curly bracket, close curly bracket, and type the element 1, comma 4, comma 6, comma 9, right? And hit enter. Check the type of S8. Let's set. So it means this is S8 is a set created in the computer memory. If you want to, we can use print S8. It is printed. Four elements were there. Four element is printed. Right. So set in the set we cannot have duplicates. Right. So for example, let's say S9 is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma again 4, comma 5, 5, comma again 5, comma again 5, comma again 5. Right? Let's print S9. Print S9. Here you see 4 were 2 times, but here it has only 1 time. 5 were 4 times, but here you see 5 is available only once. So set will remove the duplicates and it will allow you to store the element only once. So frequency cannot repeat. So here two times, but in the output you see only once it is available. So set will remove the duplicates, right? So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Please like and subscribe the channel. See you in the next video.